Off the coast of one of Southeast Asia's smallest and least known countries, Timor Leste, is an even smaller and even more remote island of Atauro. In order to get there, I had to hitchhike with some locals on a small fishing boat to reach this island paradise that is home to only a few thousand people. It was the most laid-back place I had ever been, with little to do besides swim, snorkel, and play volleyball on the beach with the locals. It was the perfect place to escape the hustle of the world and just relax for a bit. And here's how it went.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Timor Leste. In the last video, I took you guys around the capital city here, Dill, just exploring one of Southeast Asia's smallest and newest countries, and learning a little bit about the history, going to some museums, seeing some sights. And today, I wanted to take you guys out to one of the really remote islands that's about 20-30 miles off the coast of Dill here, called Atauro. And Atauro is really well known for crystal clear water, some amazing snorkeling, some remote villages, some handicrafts, and yeah, just being very, very remote and isolated, way out in the middle of nowhere. But unfortunately, the ferry schedule is really difficult, and it's a holiday this weekend, so there's no ferries there today. So my hotel said if I come down to the coast here early in the morning, there might be some fishermen that are heading out to Atauro to deliver some fish to the island. So yeah, today's video starts with a little adventure trying to hitchhike with some fishermen. So let's walk along the coast here and see if I can find these boats that'll take me to Atauro. So I've just come down to the beach here, just past the Maritime Police Station, which is what I was told. And sure enough, there's a bunch of people here, a bunch of boats, and we're gonna hitch a ride out here with some fishermen. So, but the water's like knee deep, so I gotta take my pants and shoes off, and we're wading through the water to get to these boats. We've just made it out to this little fishing boat out here, and yeah, that was quite the adventure. Actually, a lot easier to find than I thought. And again, these fishing boats leave around 8 in the morning, so we're all loaded up here, and who knows how long it'll be out to Atauro, but it looks like we have nice clear water, so that'll be good. So yeah, should be like an hour or two to get to the island. Alright guys, we've just had about a 2.5 hour boat ride here, and we've hitched our way to Atauro Island, and we've made it to the little town of Villa, and we still have about a 3-mile tuk-tuk ride to Beloy, which is where the main town on the island is here. But that was a $10 ride hitching with the fishermen here, and we were riding with all these locals. There were some goats, there was a motorbike on there. Very interesting adventure so far. So now we're gonna jump in the tuk-tuk here and then get the ride to Beloy. Just made it to Atauro Dive Resort, which is where I'm staying tonight. And then unfortunately, I only have one night, so I only have this afternoon and tomorrow until about 3 when I take the ferry back to Dili to catch my flight back to Bali. But that was quite the adventure just getting here, trying to find the fishing boat and then taking that beautiful ride out here to this mystical island that's just way off in the distance. And then the water is just this super clear, deep blue water. So I'm super excited to explore this very remote island off of Timor Leste here. And again, this is a place that's really well known for diving. Unfortunately, I won't be diving this time, but I know I can get some snorkel gear and hopefully get out into some of this really clear, beautiful water and see some of the reefs that are just off the beach of Beloy here. So anyways, it's about 12 o'clock now. I'm just gonna check in and relax at my little resort here that's right on the beach just outside of the village, and then get lunch. And then later this afternoon, we'll check in and then maybe go on a little adventure, check out the village, go for a hike, and see what there is to do around here. But I'm mostly looking forward to just chilling at this very remote island just off the coast of Timor Leste. Good afternoon, guys. It has been just a very relaxing, chill day here right on the beach of Atauro. My resort comes right to the water here, and again, the water is just deep blue. You can see the coral right off. I flew up my drone, got some videos of some boats and some fishermen just off the coast here, and then just hanging out in the hammock with these gentle waves lapping against the water here has just been really beautiful. And I think this place is meant to just chill, relax. There's not that much of a village here. I went on a run and there's not too much going on here. So this is really just a place to chill, snorkel, dive, and I'm hoping to get out in the water a little bit more tomorrow morning when the water is just perfectly calm to do some snorkeling. But this afternoon, I want to just walk along the beach, check out the village a little bit, show you guys the village. And there's a little hill that we can hike up through the village where we get a view looking back over the town and over the water a little bit. So let's just walk along the water here and check out the village of Beloy. I've just made it to the center of town, and this is the ferry pier. So this is where I'll board the ferry back tomorrow, or if you came by the ferry, it would drop you off here in the middle of town. But this is just the sleepiest little place. I think I've seen way more boats than people. There was like one fisherman on the beach there who was fixing one of his nets, and then there's some kids playing soccer right behind me here. But then from the pier here, you can come out a little bit into the water and you can just see some of the misty mountains that are on this little island, and just really beautiful. And again, you can just see how clear the water is from up here, and just really beautiful. So yeah, let's keep walking and we'll keep heading to the northern part of town and then try to get up one of these hills for a viewpoint. So yeah, let's keep walking. there's been a little bit more life on the north side of the village here, but still super laid back. But saw this fisherman getting his boat ready to head out for an evening fishing session, preparing his net. And then here there was just like a little volleyball court, some people hitting a volleyball around, some guy was just jamming out to the guitar, just very chill island vibes. So cool to see just a little bit of the local life here, but again, it's very, very quiet for this late afternoon. So anyways, we have about 30 minutes until the sun sets, and again, the sun's gonna set on the other side of the island here. But let's head in from the beach a little bit and see if we can get up one of these hills that's in the northern part of the little village here, and yeah, get some views of the village from up there. That was a very easy 5-10 minute hike, just straight up this hill. There's some paths, it's not very clear where to go, but if you just kind of like trudge up, you'll just find this kind of open lot here, and you just have this nice view through the trees looking back on the beach and the coastline, and you can see some of the mountains over there. And then we're actually facing the east, so this would probably be a better sunrise spot because you just see the sun rising right over the ocean there. And tonight we lost the sun pretty early behind the mountains here, so we're not going to get the best sunset from up here, but really cool view. Looking over here, you can see all of these palm groves, the mountains off in the distance, and the village is just so small from up here. I thought you'd see a lot more houses, and maybe they're tucked away in some of those palm groves, but from up here you can only see just a handful of houses, and this shows just how tiny and chill and laid back this little island is. There's just not a lot going on, but beautiful views, and so cool to just be in such a remote part of the world, and even a remote island off of Timor Leste. This is just very cool, very unique experience. So anyways, I'm gonna enjoy the view from up here a little bit, then I'm gonna head back down, get dinner at my guest house. There's like almost no restaurants in this town, so you're gonna have to arrange dinner at the place you're staying. And then tomorrow morning, I wanna wake up early when the water's nice and calm and try to get out snorkeling in some of these reefs that are just off the beach here. Anyways, yeah, let's enjoy these views, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning when we get out into the water a little bit.
Tobe fila pali maya Oketa irusela Hau pasare hau turano Hau jura hau lakohi salatan tangannya salah maka lo sikelah hau pasare hau turano.
Good morning, guys. It is my second day here on Atauro Island. And last night, as I was walking back from the hill up there, I just came back down to the beach, and there were just a bunch of locals playing volleyball, and they were jamming to the guitar, and it was just such a cool island vibe night. So anyways, I've woken up really early this morning. It's about 7 in the morning. We just have this perfect silky smooth water this morning. There's absolutely no waves here, so I'm gonna try to head out and go snorkeling. And I don't have much of an underwater camera, but I do have my 360 camera, so I'm hoping that I can take that underwater and show you guys a little bit of the snorkeling. And then from the drone shot, I've seen that just not too far from here, we have this really nice coral reef that just drops right off. So let's throw on the snorkel gear and check out some of the best snorkeling here in East Timor. about 8 a.m. now, so I was out there snorkeling for almost an hour, and that was so beautiful. There were these bright orange starfish, so many different colored corals, there were these bright blue fish, and that was the first time I used my Insta360 underwater too, so I'm not sure how all the footage will come out, but hopefully I was able to show you just how beautiful that is. And it's literally just right off this beach, probably like 10-20 meters out off of the beach here. You're just in this beautiful, colorful coral, and the water's just crystal clear. And again, here at the dive resort, you can do diving, so they can take you out to a bunch of other reefs not too far out from here. And yeah, this is just one of the most biodiverse marine areas in the world. So very, very cool, and so unexpected here in Timor Leste to just see some of like the best snorkeling. But anyways, we're gonna have breakfast at the resort here, and then around 9 or 10, the ferry should be coming from the mainland. And I've heard that there might be a bit of a morning market when the ferry comes in town. So yeah, we're gonna have breakfast, and then I'm gonna walk around town a little bit and see if they have the market this morning. So yeah, but that was an amazing way to start the day here in Atauro. It's about 10 a.m. now, just finished up breakfast at the resort and was just chilling in the hammock a little bit. And today's ferry just came into the main part of town here. So I'm gonna head to the center of town and see if they're gonna open up the market at all today, being a ferry day and just having a little bit more activity in town. So yeah, let's walk to the center and check out the market. I've just made it a little bit past the pier area, and again, today's a ferry day, but it's only a Thursday, so the market isn't too busy today. You have a couple like coconut stands, a couple restaurant lunch stalls, and then you have a bunch of these dried fish hanging in front of some of these markets. But I've heard that on Saturdays especially, this is like a very hopping weekend market. There'll be all of these stalls, and there'll be a lot of vegetables and fruits coming from the mainland of Dill that'll come over on the ferry on Saturdays, and this turns into a big weekend market. So if you're here on a Saturday, definitely worth checking out. Today it's not too busy, but you can see how big it is, all these thatched stalls, and then yeah, seeing some of the dry fish and the coconuts is pretty cool. And then right up here you have just a few ladies selling some more fresh fish and some fresh vegetables, but not too big. So yeah, we'll keep walking through the market, and then I think there's a handicraft market on the north end of town that we'll check out as well. Alright guys, that was fascinating to see the women there in the center of the market just selling some of the fish, and they had these like really fresh octopus that were just caught right off the coast here, and it was amazing just to see that. And then they had some dried fish too, but again, on the weekends it would be way better on Saturday, but unfortunately I'm leaving this afternoon, so I won't be able to see the weekend market. But if you can arrange it to be here on a Saturday, I've heard that that is quite cool. So anyways, I'm coming back to the beach here, and I'm gonna keep walking north of town, and I think there's a couple like handicraft shops just on the north end of town here where you can see some of the local crafts of this island, Atauro. So yeah, let's walk along the beach and find the handicraft shops. I've I've just come to the northern part of town. We're right beneath that hill that we hiked up yesterday. And I'm at Empresa Dill, which is this woman's handicraft store, but it looks like it's not open. I'm not sure if it still operates or functions. Who knows in this town, it's so small. But it should be a handicraft store where that empowers women and they make some crafts and do some weaving. And here they have a couple photos of the women working here. And then this should be the store. Again, I don't know if I came on a day that it's not open. I'm sure on the weekend this would still be open if it still operates and functions. But again, there's like not a lot in this town, so I'm not sure if this even still exists, but it was on my map as like a place to check out. So anyways, you could try checking it out if you wanted something to do besides just hanging out at the beach and snorkeling. But yeah, unfortunately today it's not open, so I won't be able to see it. But again, I saw some of the handicrafts in Dill in the Tayas market. So if you're looking for some local Timor Leste handicrafts, you can always get some in Dill. So anyways, yeah, not much to see here, so let's head back to the beach and I'm gonna start heading back to the resort. I've just made it back to the beach here and I have about half a mile to walk back to the Atauro dive resort. And I think I'm just gonna grab lunch and spend the rest of the afternoon hanging out at the resort there in the hammock, maybe go for a swim, maybe go for another snorkel. But my ferry leaves at 1:30 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, so I gotta pack everything up and make it back to Dill tonight because tomorrow I fly to Bali and then next stop will be Maldives. So that's about it for the Atauro video. A very chill, relaxing place. Honestly, not a ton to do, but that makes it perfect for just hanging out in a hammock, going for swims, just hanging out at the resort, enjoying some of the clearest water I've ever seen. Honestly, getting here was the biggest adventure, hitchhiking with the fishermen. That was just so fun and so crazy and one of the most unique travel days I've had. And then hiking up the hill last night, getting some views, then this morning snorkeling, and then checking out the market. And then again, just hanging out at the resort, watching life on the beach here, watching people play volleyball last night, watching fishermen come and go throughout the day has just been really fun, very peaceful. And yeah, just one of the most hidden secrets in Southeast Asia. This place is just completely unspoiled, untouched by tourists, and just a beautiful place to hang out and come to like a very remote place. So if you're looking for a remote, chill, laid back, beautiful, clear water, and a very unique spot, this is definitely the place to be. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna hang out the rest of the afternoon, chill, and then next time I'll see you guys in the Maldives.